is it possible to still have an open casket funeral with someone who's donated whatever they may have donated? I don't know.
Yes. Yes, the answer to the question is absolutely. And this is a question we get from a lot of the families that we interact with, because it is very important to them to be able to have an open casket funeral. And absolutely, if the patient is an organ, tissue, and cornea donor, they are still absolutely able to have an open casket funeral. We do recommend, if the patient is a tissue donor, long sleeves for the viewing.
Sure.
But in cases where, say for example, the patient had a tattoo that they were really proud of, and it was right here on their forearm, and the family wanted short sleeves for the viewing because they knew how proud they were of that tattoo, that's absolutely fine. We adhere to the family's wishes, and we will not take tissue from the lower extremities. So we work with the families, and we want to make sure that we honor all of their wishes.
That's very good to know.
Yes.
Right. Wow.
Yeah.
Work very closely with them and whatever they may be thinking, or so.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
Well, that certainly answers that question. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Once again, I am chatting with Natalia. Did I get it right?
Yes.
Natalia
You sure did.
Burkhart, right. We're talking all about organ donation today. So if you have a question regarding organ donation, or you want to comment, please let us know. You can send us an email at chat@cbs6albany.com, or you can send a question or comment through the CBS 6 Facebook page, or you can tweet us a question. But we'd love to hear from you.
Sure.
Again, organ transplant. Question, comments, whatever. We'd love to hear from you.
Yes.
Let me ask you this: Is there, or are there any additional costs to a person's spouse, family, or next of kin for donation? Are there additional charges that may surprise someone?
No, this is a great question, because I think in the past few years, as we've gone through a recession, and people are very conscious of medical expenses and every kind of expense, this is a question that has come up. There is absolutely no additional cost to a donor's family because of donation related expenses. So there are no additional bills, no additional surprises to the family after the patient becomes a donor.
That's good to know, because I'm sure a lot of people might be thinking, especially in this economy, that gee, I would like to do that, but I don't think I can afford it. But there are no additional costs.
No additional costs. CDT will cover the expenses, and then we are reimbursed by Medicare or the recipient's insurance, etc. But there is no cost to the donor family. The gift that they're giving is it's incredible.
Right.
So
it's a true gift.
It is. It's a gift.
Exactly.
It's a gift. It's incredible that families can be so generous during what are sometimes terrible, tragic situations.
Right. Right.
So.
Wow. Another thing that I'm wondering about, and I'm sure others must be too, and that is, what role does religion play in donation?
Yep.
What can you share about that?
Absolutely. This is a question that we get a lot of times too, where people believe that their religion wouldn't support donation. All major religions see donation as a charitable gift and a charitable act. So they're all supportive of it. And we do work closely with faith-based organizations in November, which is National Donor Sabbath, where we do particular outreach to make sure where we go into churches or we go into different religious institutions to educate congregations and different groups of people about donation and about the ability to be a donor, and that, as I mentioned, that major religions do see it as a kind act and a charitable gift.
And a charitable gift, right. So,
Exactly.
Well, that's good to know, because, again, something I didn't know. Thank you.
Yes, yes.
What about, does a history of medical illness preclude someone from being a donor? What can you tell us about that?
We will assess every individual donor's case on a case-by-case basis. The only absolute 100% automatic rule out for donation right now is HIV. That is the only one. So, for example, I've spoken to people before who have said, I'd love to be a donor, but I have a history of cancer. I have cancer in my past. That is not an automatic rule out.
It's not?
No, it is not. If somebody had cancer in the past, has been living cancer-free, is in remission, we will still absolutely assess that patient as a potential donor.
Right.
A couple others that people find surprising: hepatitis B and hepatitis C, not automatic rule-outs.
Really? Oh no, I would have thought that would be, but not
No,
necessarily.
not at all, because there are a lot of people on the transplant waiting list who
Yes.
are Hep B and C positive.
Okay.
So recovering an organ from somebody who has Hep B or C and transplanting it into somebody who already has the condition,
Sure.
it won't make a
It
difference.
doesn't make a difference.
It won't make a difference
Wow.
there.
Huh.
So that's another one that people find surprising too. But like I said, in terms of pre-existing medical conditions, age, we will look at everybody individually, and we will make that assessment on a case-by-case basis. There's no blanket, other than HIV,
Sure.
at this time. There's
Sure.
no blanket rule out.
Sure, right, right. So that's something for people to keep in mind, because
Yes.
right, so many
Yeah.
people have had different things, different history of whatever, cancer, and they may be thinking, well, there's no way I can donate. But
Yeah, a lot of
not
people-
true, not true.
Right, they self-select out
Yes.
of it, based on age, based on
Sure.
medical conditions, based on so many different things. And I think that's why the more education we can do, the more opportunities like this we have to
Sure.
kind of dispel some of those myths and to get people thinking about it is so important.
Right, wow. Well, tell us again, where can you find more information about a donation? And,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. You can feel free to please visit our website. It's www.cdtny.org. You can find a lot of information there about donation and about our organization. Our phone numbers, our contact information are listed there. If you want to get more information about the Donate Life Registry and register online, as I mentioned, the New York State DMV website and the My DMV portal is now live, and people are able to register there.
Right, and we're going to post that on the website. Right,
Yes,
right.
excellent. And please find us on Facebook, facebook.com/CDTNYVT, and help us get those likes up to 500 by the end of April.
That would be wonderful.
That would be a great goal.
Excuse me. And
Great goal.
if you haven't signed up to be a donor, please consider doing so. Because as we said at the outset, only 18%, is that right?
18% of New Yorkers,
of New
yes.
Yorkers are registered as donors.
Right.
And that number should be a lot
Right.
higher than that.
Yep.
And because there are so many people that are waiting out there for a transplant.
Right.
So it's not something that you need to be afraid of. And
Yep.
if you need more information, you know where to go.
Yep.
And again, please consider becoming a donor if you have not done so already. We'd love to see that number much higher than 18%.
Absolutely.
Much higher. So,
Absolutely.
Natalia, I can't thank you enough for coming down today.
My pleasure.
I've learned a lot, and hopefully our viewers have learned a lot.
Yes.
And it's been very much appreciated. I hope you have a great week.
Thank you.
I hope
You
all
too.
of our viewers have a great week, and
Yes.
I will see you right here next week, same time, same place. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye-bye.